So how much you put down on a DSCR loan is a little different than your traditional loans because it's all based on the property. I would estimate 40 to 50% of the people who reach out to us for a DSCR loan and are looking for either 20 or 25% down don't qualify just because of one simple factor, and that is the income is based on the property and not on themselves. So sometimes, or a lot of times, the property does not qualify for the maximum DSCR loan. And when we say qualify, it's all based on what does the property, where does the property break even with today's interest rates, taxes, insurance, HOA, and all those things. So I'm gonna run through an example so you could run your own numbers on properties just to make sure they qualify for a DSCR loan. You can get this calculator at thecashflowcompany.com. Just go to downloads. It's a free tool. And you can just jump in and see exactly if a property qualifies for a DSCR loan based on where it breaks even. So let's look at an example here. We're going to take a loan. Let's just say the value currently is $300,000. And this works for refinancing or if you're purchasing to find out what the maximum amount you could get out of a property. And let's just say for this example, someone's looking for 80% loan to value. 380 is going to calculate the loan amount of $240,000. Let's go with an interest rate right now of 6.5%, monthly property taxes, $250, and insurance of $200. That includes if it's just property insurance or property insurance and flood insurance. Could be either, could be both. And let's go for rents of $1,800. So what you're going to see on the screen here when you look at the DSCR calculator, and there's three different options. There's an interest only, there's a 30-year AM, and a 40-year. Based on these, the interest only, it does qualify because you can see under the DSCR, the third line down, under the interest only, it's above 1. But if you look at a 30-year or a 40-year, so if you're looking for an amortized loan, this property at 80% does not qualify because the DSCR ratio is less than 1. So if we want that 30-year product, we're going to have to play with this and find out exactly where the DSCR calculator comes up with the number that's greater than 1%. So let's look at 75%. And that's the beauty of this tool, is you get to go in and play with it and see where you have to be and see if it makes sense, because it's really tough. Property insurance, taxes, those things are not going to change. The only things that could change is hopefully interest rates come down someday and or rents. But just remember, rents are based on what the appraiser is going to do a schedule and see what rents are for the neighborhood. So you can't really make the rents larger than they are in the neighborhood because the underwriter is going to use the numbers that are on the appraisal. So you really want to use real numbers on the rents. So at 75%, so we lowered it 5%. Our loan went down to $225, but we see on the 30-year AM, it's still lower than 1-to-1 or 1 on the DSCR ratio. And this is where we get into talking to people about qualifying and qualifying the property. Yeah, they may want to put down 20% or 25%, but the property itself with today's rates, taxes, and insurance also have to qualify, meaning it's 1 or greater. That being said, there are products out there that will allow you to go with a lower DSCR ratio, but the interest rate's going to increase. If the interest rate's going to increase, what does that mean? That means your profitability is even going to go down more. So in this case, we're going to keep going, and let's just check at 70%. Now at 70%, we could see the DSCR ratio is 1. So we're just a little bit over 1. There's plenty of programs out there where it's 1-to-1. I mean, a lot of companies would like to see 1.1 instead of 1, but 1 will work. But this is a great tool for you when you're out there shopping, because so many people come to us, like I mentioned, and they're asking, can I put 20% down on this? Can I put 25? And it really comes down to a lot as what does the property qualify for? Especially when you're talking DSCR, the property has to qualify for the loan based on the income and expenses of that particular property. So this is a tool everyone should have. Go to thecashflowcompany.com, download the DSCR calculator, and run your own numbers on every property you're looking at before you reach out to the lenders, just to make sure it qualifies. And you know if this is a property that's gonna make you money or gonna cost you money every month. If you have any questions on calculations or how to use a calculator, just leave them in the comments below. We'll definitely get back to you. I'd like you to share this video just so we can help other investors out there who are looking to make sure they're getting into good properties, especially with the DSCR loans.